Welcome to Mundo Crypto's newscast.
It seems like there's no going back from Terra blockchain's hard fork, while Vitalik Buterin has set a date for Ethereum 2.0's arrival.
In addition, the world of sports and the metaverse continue to gravitate towards each other as there's more and more sports entities looking to leave a footprint in the virtual world.
With Bitcoin's price sitting at $29,270, let's kick off today's newscast.
The fall of Luna and UST has sent some crypto investors into a panic. The loss of Terra stablecoin parity has led to a distrust in stablecoins, in particular USDT, and the backing it has.
To reassure investors, Tether published its latest quarterly reports with information about its reserves. One of the endorsements that has created most mistrust in the community was that of commercial paper, given in the event of a financial crisis, it wouldn't be easy to sell them in the market to gain liquidity.
While Tether reports show a reduction in its holding, specifically the decrease in commercial paper has reached 17% compared to the latest reports, going from $2.4 to $2 billion.
On the other hand, another important piece of information for investor confidence is around reserves with United States Treasury bonds. These holdings have increased the company's total assets from $78.6 to $82 billion. After some strange movements in the fluctuation of this stablecoin, Tether hopes not to suffer any more aftershocks of the earthquake caused by UST.
Someone who hasn't recovered from the seismic tremor is the founder of Terraform Labs, Do Kwon. The Terra chain fork and the pursuit of answers from South Korea, as well as investors regarding the fall of Luna and UST, seem to haunt the South Korean, who finds himself focused on saving an ecosystem that seems to be dying out.
Let's start with the fork of the chain, which is what the CEO of Terra had set as an objective in order to recover the ecosystem that existed before the fall of the tokens. After being approved in the vote that took place on May 18th, it seems that this Friday, 27th, the fork will take place, although there are many voices against this, including that of CEO of Binance, Changpeng Zhao.
Despite this, the South Koreans' plan is clear, to create Terra 2.0 and leave the old blockchain as Terra Classic behind, creating a new Luna token separate from UST. But for this, Do Kwon needs time, something that may be lacking if the South Korean justice system continues to persecute him.
The South Korean parliament, according to a local media platform, has summoned Do Kwon to provide explanations around the resounding fall of this token. This isn't the only point of concern for Terra CEO.
Through the law firm LKB and Partners, South Korean investors have made the decision to file a complaint requesting the seizure of properties both from Do Kwon as well as Shin Yoon, another co-founder. Do Kwon has his plate full as he attempts to save the ecosystem and the developer community of Terra. If you'd like to stay informed regarding the latest updates of this and everything related to cryptocurrencies, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications.
Another development that is receiving a lot of recognition in the crypto and blockchain world is the arrival of Ethereum 2.0.
Precisely. The transition from proof of work to proof of stake is still in the works. As we've heard, Ethereum's founder, Vitalik Buterin, announced at the Ethereum Shanghai Summit that the Ethereum merger could happen in August this year.
Today, what I will talk about is just an overview of where Ethereum is, where the Ethereum protocol is. I know a lot of people want to hear about the merge, the switch to proof of stake, what's happening with scaling, some of the other improvements to Ethereum that are happening beyond that, and also some directions that the Ethereum ecosystem is taking, and where I think we could benefit from having more applications than we do today. We've been working on proof of stake for about 7 years now, but finally all of that work is coming together.
But Vitalik isn't the only one. One of his main developers took to Twitter to reveal that the Ethereum Fusion is ready, but is still in the testing period to launch in this summer. This is one of the most anticipated updates in the crypto world.
The Ethereum mainnet still connected to the proof of work system, and the beacon chain, a chain independent of the mainnet which uses proof of stake mechanism, will merge to allow Ethereum to make use of proof of stake. This mainnet will allow the execution of smart contracts in this consensus protocol, as well as information about the history and the current state of Ethereum.
The merge, the name given to this merger, has as its main objective to simplify and speed up the transition of proof of stake, leaving proof of work behind.
And proof of work specifically seems to have resurfaced in China. The Asian country began a crusade against Bitcoin mining in mid-2021, but data from the University of Cambridge shows that Chinese miners are back in action.
That's right, the Asian giant has recovered part of its importance. China is positioned as the second nation with the highest Bitcoin hash rate in the world. This mining power represents more than 21% of the total hash rate of Bitcoin, which is averaging 45 exahashes per second of power.
Only the United States is above China. CNBC has carried out an investigation that shows that the country's miners continue with their mining activity, despite the fact that if discovered, they may face legal problems and even be imprisoned.
In terms of mining, China makes headlines, whereas in terms of market movements, fan tokens are in the spotlight. During this week, in the midst of a downtrend, the tokens related to Socios.com were in the top gainers due to protocol updates.
The Chile's protocol, under which these sport tokens are governed, announced the launch of Jalapeno, which is in the second phase of the Scoville test network. This is a network that is being used as a test bed for later launch of the Chile's mainnet. One of the novelties of this second phase is the launch of PepperSwap, a new decentralized exchange.
Furthermore, another fundamental development that affected its value was the burning of a part of the token supply in circulation. In a novel way, Chile's announced that head-to-head burn mechanism which causes the tokens to be reduced based on the results of each team.
This means that those with better data will see more fan tokens burned, possibly leading to an increase in their price due to the lower supply.
New updates have also made their way to OpenSea. The world's largest NFT marketplace announced a new Web3 marketplace protocol called Seaport. This new protocol will provide users the option to obtain non-fungible tokens via exchange.
Yes, assets other than the tokens that are usually used, that is, ethers, may be offered. According to OpenSea, its users will have the opportunity to reach agreements through ethers, or also for ERC20, ERC721, or ERC1155 tokens in exchange for an NFT.
This protocol continues to work towards the objective of decentralization, given OpenSea will be just one more of those building Seaport, as control and management will be held by the community so that it grows and developers create new evolutions.
And it's precisely at OpenSea where new sports-related NFTs can be purchased. Formula One continues with its expansion plans and its relationship with crypto projects grow. The latest to join is the Spanish Grand Prix, which has launched a collection of non-fungible tokens.
The Barcelona-Catalunya circuit, known as Montmeló, developed a new NFT project with the Catalan tourism agency consisting of 3,000 non-fungible tokens for sale. These represent the most iconic sections of the Catalan track, such as the La Moreneta curve or the circuit's main straight.
It was presented last weekend, taking advantage of the passage of the Formula One Championship through Montmeló, where the 6th round of the championship was held, consecrating Max Verstappen as the leader of the World Championship.
Formula One is not the only one to jump on the NFT bandwagon, as one of the best tennis tournaments in the world has also launched an NFT collection. Roland Garros, one of the 4 Grand Slams on the tennis calendar, has converted its centre court, Philippe Cartier, into a digital court.
The French Tournament and Administration launched its first collection of non-fungible tokens, which is called Roland Garros Game, Set and Match. There will be up to 5,000 NFTs for sale, which allow fans to purchase a seat on the virtual centre court for a price of €200.
These NFTs will be hosted on the Polygon blockchain, and the collection of seats will be located in the lower tier of the virtual Philippe Chartier.
And if we talk about tennis, one of the main names that springs to mind is Rafa Nadal. The Spanish tennis player is one of the best players worldwide, and after making history in the world's courts, he now wants to follow suit in the metaverse.
Rafa Nadal Academy, the institution that trains hundreds of young players based in Monaco, has made the leap into the metaverse, creating a digital world based on its own academy. This can be explored with an avatar of the Spanish player himself and has all kinds of luxuries.
Those who have really taken a shot in the metaverse are A16Z. The leading firm in venture capital has launched Games Fund 1, a fund launched with the aim of creating a new area in the video game industry focused on Web3 and the metaverse.
The idea is firm, and the risk investment fund bets $600 million on digital infrastructures. The investment group's vision is that games will play a critical role in defining how we socialize, play and work for the next century.
After having invested in the purchase of Twitter together with Elon Musk, A16Z now has the support of many of the leaders in the field of video games. Roblox, Blizzard, Riot Games, Discord and Twitch are just some of the companies that approve and celebrate the new participation of the fund, which opens up a world of possibilities in the future of video games, both in the Web3 and in the metaverse.
In the metaverse, there will also be one of the best soccer leagues in the world. The Spanish Championship has reached an agreement with the Korean company TVM to become the official sponsor of La Liga in the metaverse.
The project will entail the creation of a space in the Triverse metaverse dedicated to sports and their fans. Due to the boom in the innovations that have to do with the consumption of audiovisual content, the Spanish La Liga takes a step further in the adoption of these new digital technologies, signing an agreement with TVM for the next 2.5 years.
The broadcast of matches, conversations with different team participants, and learning courses are some of the projects that may have a place within the metaverse.
And speaking of projects, blockchain analytics firm Chain Analysis has created a new tool to track transactions across DeFi protocols and between various blockchains.
Storyline is its name and was born as a native Web3 tool aiming at combating cryptocurrency crimes that plagued decentralized finance in recent times. The latest Chain Analysis report estimates that 97% of the $1.68 billion stolen in crypto last year came from DeFi platforms.
This tool will be able to track and visualize smart contract transactions in the field of non-fungible tokens and decentralized finance, where it is estimated that a large part of the cryptographic transactions carried out worldwide are located.
And as a fun fact, last Sunday, Bitcoin Pizza Day was celebrated, the day on which the first transaction made with Bitcoins is commemorated. Laszlo Hanyek paid 10,000 Bitcoins for 2 pizzas that were worth $41 at the time.
Right now, with the current price of Bitcoin, the price of those pizzas would be valued at around $300 million, something that the buyer surely did not predict. Since the transaction was carried out, May 22nd is celebrated as a holiday in the crypto environment.
And now let's move on to the top gainers in the market. Phantom's latest price action may have been driven by speculation that Andrei Cronje, a prolific decentralized finance developer, was returning to the project. Less than 3 months ago, Cronje announced that he, along with the developer Anton Nell, was leaving the crypto space for good. The surprise move caused a sharp sell-off in FTM and YFI, the native token of Yearn Finance, another DeFi project associated with Cronje. As observed by Chinese crypto reporter Colin Wu, Cronje released the Phantom FUSD optimization proposal, while the Phantom address associated with the developer recently added nearly 100 million FTM, which many consider has returned to Phantom.
With regards to top losers, on the other hand, in terms of cryptocurrencies that have experienced the most significant drops over the last week, we can see how MKR Maker's token ranks first place in top losers. Following the hike which took place on Luna and UST drop, it seems like the market has corrected its movement, forgive me. This is followed by Decentraland's Metaverse token as well as that of Near Protocol.
And now, let's move on to the DeFi field. Wrapped Bitcoin remains as the token with the highest market cap. Let's not forget that Wrapped Bitcoin is a token that has the same value as Bitcoin. However, it has an ERC20 standard in order to be used within the DeFi protocol. This is followed by Avalanche and DAI.
Now let's take a look at the NFT's market cap. Flow, Ape and Mana in this order are in the same positions as they were last week. It's worth highlighting the movement below Tesos. The energy usage blockchain once again bets on contemporary artists in the world of NFTs and does so using an exposition based in Tesos Art Basel, Hong Kong. This initiative, in which over 20 generative digital artists expose their works, have caused its value to increase and move into 4th position, overtaking the Sandbox.
And in terms of total value locked, Ethereum, Binance Smart Chain and Tron are the most used. The overall TVN has gone from $260 to $140 billion. That's almost half of the amount.
With this market recap, we draw today's newscast to an end. To stay up to date with crypto news, don't forget to subscribe to our channel.